my child was my hero, and he saved my life. And not to be there to save his life in his time of need is real troublesome. But I take that and I use it as a stepping stone to continue to build for him. In 2004, Trayvon was he was an athlete, played Little League football. In 2004, I think he was about 8 or 9 years old. And we would go and we would be on the park all day. And he played his game, and we watched the games later on in the day. So Trayvon was the type of kid that you'd ask him all day, did you want something to eat? Do you want something to eat? And he would be so busy playing that he would say, nah, I'll wait. So by the time we get ready to leave the park, it's 9 o'clock at night. He's tired, I'm tired. I asked him, did he want to stop and get something to eat? And he opted to just go home and take a shower. So we get to the house, he take a shower, I take a shower, we wind down, and I can recall we were watching the University of Miami play the University of North Carolina. And both of us sat down on the edge of the bed, and we just fell asleep. Before I got in the shower, I put on a pot of grease because he said he wanted some chicken wings and French fries. So, I said, okay, man, I said, well, I asked you, did you want something to eat? You said no. So I end up putting the grease on, taking the chicken out, taking the fries out. And we had been on the park since 8 o'clock in the morning. By this time, it's 10:30 at night. Tired body. First thing both of us do, fall asleep with the grease on. Woke up about 3 hours later. The grease had still been on, and the smoke detector was going off. I rushed in the kitchen. The kitchen was on fire. Nobody was in the house but me and Trayvon. So my first instinct, I had a beach towel on the counter. And if you know what a beach towel is, they're the large bath towels. My first instinct was to grab the towel, throw it on the pot, and just smother the fire. I was standing in front of the stove with a pair of shorts on, no shoes, no shirt. And when I threw the towel on the pot, it dragged the pot off the stove, and all of the grease just splattered over my body. And I went in shock for a few minutes. I don't know how long I was unconscious, but my body had went in shock from being burnt. And I can recall waking up and calling his name. And by the time he got to me, he was asking me, Dad, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I couldn't tell him what was wrong. So at 8 years old, he drugged me out of the kitchen onto the walkway at the condominium where we were staying at. And ill-advised, he ran back in the house, got the phone, and came back out and called 911. And the next thing I remember, both of us were being airlifted to Jackson Ryder Trauma Center in Miami. And he just thought it was cool for him to be riding in that helicopter with me. And I'm sitting there burnt up. And he was at that age where they really didn't want him to come see me in the room. And I was actually in the hospital for about 5 months, just waiting to recover, trying to heal. And he sat in that room with me just about every day. I really don't know how he got in there, but they let him in that room. He persisted and insisted until they just let him come in the room. And he saved my life. And I just thought that, I think that I owe not only for him saving my life, even if he was here today, I still owe him my life. And, it's tough, but
Thank you. First of all, I just want to say to the youth out there, thank you. Because quite simply, you could have been doing something else with your time instead of signing the petitions, instead of marching and wearing your hoodies and posting on Facebook and Twitter. So I say thank you to that. I also say, please teach the people that's in your household and around you how to use Twitter and Facebook. I mean, I know a lot of times we resist new technology and things like that, but they need to get with the program too. They need to understand what's going on and how to use the different systems. I'm going to talk a little bit about Trayvon, and then I'll move on. But Trayvon was a very emotional teenager. He was very affectionate. He loved to hug and kiss us. At 17, he was still a loving teenager. He used to do the same things like many of you do. He liked to go to the movies. He liked to go to the mall. He liked to dress nice. He has to smell good. He used to talk on the phone all the time with the girls. As far as I know, he had no girlfriend. He just had friends. So the school has told me otherwise. But from what I know of him, he just had friends. He was just a loving guy. He loves sports. He loves the outdoors. If he was in this room right now, he would be walking around talking to a lot of you right now. So it does hurt, and we have decided to turn the hurt and the pain into power. Because like many of the panelists here, they probably still cry just as we do, because it still hurts. When something is taken away from you suddenly, that you love dearly, that had a bright future in front of them, trust me, it hurts. It hurts. But what we need to do is we need to get the message out to you. And that's why it's important for us to speak out. And that's why it's important for us to talk to you now, so that there is not another statistic like Trayvon Martin. And not only the Trayvons, the girls as well. We need to make sure, we need to do things and put things in place and come up with a plan so that this does not happen again. I don't want you to be in the same position that I'm in now. With that being said, I'm going to pray for you just as though you are praying for me. I want to say thank you for your support. I want to say be encouraged. And God bless you all. Thank you.